Hi, and welcome to YouTestMe GetCertified. This video explains creation process of true-false question type. Any question can be created both in test creation process and through question pools. Therefore, you may navigate to the question pools in the tests, decide whether you want to create a question for an existing question pool or create a new one, and simply click on this button to choose a question type. Or enter the test creation wizard, go through all test wizard steps, and in fourth step, choose Add Questions manually. Then click on the Add a New Question button. A true-false question consists of a statement that requires a true or false response. There are three scoring methods of this question type. First, you can define correct and incorrect answers, where a candidate will obtain points only if he or she chooses the correct response. Here you should define how much points will this question carry, and if we will have any penalty points for answering incorrectly. Write a question in the statement form here, and tick the box for the correct answer. In this case, a statement is true. You can edit text, preview it, add formula, or an attachment. Moreover, you can create versions of this question in different languages. Just click on the Add Translation, choose a language from the drop-down list, and type the question text in the selected language. Those numbers represent question's ordinal number, the order in which they will appear in the test. You can define the order here, or randomize it later in the test wizard. Hint is a small piece of information that helps test taker answer the question. You can enable it and define whether it will carry negative points. Lastly, you can add the question you have just created for this test to some already existing question pool. This way you will save it for the later usage. Here you can choose the question difficulty level. A question can be labeled as easy, medium, or hard. This kind of labeling is useful because it helps prepare a created question for later generating options. Further, it is possible to organize multiple questions into a group, add its short description and multimedia that will be displayed with each question within the group. Groups can represent different areas of knowledge and themes. Then you can define the weight for each answer. For example, if this question is answered correctly, 9 points will be obtained. But if it's answered incorrectly, both positive and negative points can be obtained, as opposed to the first scoring method. If you, however, choose manual grading option, each question should be graded manually by test manager or instructor after a test is finished. Therefore, points and penalty points can be defined only on the question level. And as you can see, now there is no option for defining correct answer and scores. Let's choose the first scoring method we explained. When finished, click on this button to add this question to the test. In the next step, which is the overview of questions added, you can randomize the answers, meaning that the answers offered will be shuffled differently for each candidate. Moreover, you can edit or delete a question in this step as well. If you select the option to limit the time per question in the second step of Test Wizard, you will have a possibility to define time limit in seconds, minutes, or hours. Then you can also add another assistance called Additional Time. It enables candidates to use additional time for answering questions. In the settings for the test as a whole, you have several more possibilities that affect true-false question settings as well. Specifically, you can require answering all questions, enable so-called I don't know answer, so candidates can avoid negative points. Choose to show the question metadata to candidates that refers to difficulty level, points, and penalty points of question. And enable answer feedback that is displayed to a user in a pop-up window after he or she answers the question. If this option is enabled, you will see the option under each question added during creation process. Let's now log in as a student to present candidates' perspective of true-false question and its configurations in the test. In the top right corner, we see a countdown timer for this question. Here is the question in form of the statement, a text for the question group which will be displayed for every question within this group, a choice between false and true responses, and assistance options. Answer feedback appears when a candidate proceeds to the next step of the test. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.